Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Gallo. I am a battalion chief here in the city of Lake Forest for the fire department. I want to thank you guys for coming out, recognizing the 15th anniversary this morning of September 11th. I was talking to some of the guys this morning, and again, our workforce keeps getting younger and younger, and one of our guys was 10 years old when it happened, and it just seems incredible. I was on duty the night before. We do 24-hour shifts. We were having our shift change at 8 in the morning. So it was 7:46, I think, was when the first plane struck. So NBC cuts over to the live feed of, one of the towers on fire, and we're kind of looking at it tactically, thinking, wow, fire on the, forgive me, I don't remember the exact floor, but 70th floor, and wow, how do you fight that? As 8 o'clock approaches, we go out to the truck floor. The guys getting off duty take their gear off the rig. The guys coming on duty put their gear on the rig, and all of a sudden somebody yells out, a second plane hit. And it was just surreal. You couldn't believe you were seeing this. I said, for my generation, I wasn't around for the Kennedy assassination or the bombing of Pearl Harbor. This is just one of those moments, obviously, that you'll never forget. And then, the TVs were on all day. Everybody that was alive probably remembers what they were doing. So the fire and police departments here just think it is important to obviously remember that day. Patriot Day, as it's referred to. 2,416 civilians we lost that day. 343 firefighters, 60 police officers. And as one of my lieutenants reminded me this morning, obviously they're still suffering the effects. Another 120 firefighters have passed away with illnesses directly related to respiratory issues suffered that day. So obviously, just the greatest loss of life for fire and police, and my heart breaks for those families. Obviously, those guys going up into the tower that day did not assume they were going to be coming down. So that could be any of us, obviously, on any day, and my fire and police brothers here. There was a certain risk. We love serving you. We do whatever we can to serve you, and know that we're always there to serve you, regardless of how small you may feel the task is. If it's something that the fire or the police department can do to make your life easier, that's why we're here. That's why we're all doing this. That's why we love doing what we're doing. So again, thank you. I think it's also important to remember all firefighters and police officers that have lost their lives in the line of duty. The 343, of course, is important, but I don't want the one wildland firefighter out in the West who lost his life to be forgotten about either. So it's important to remember those that have given the ultimate sacrifice, in military as well, who've given the ultimate sacrifice so we can enjoy what we enjoy today. At this time, I'd like to invite Police Officer Andy Shue up for the police officer's prayer.
A police officer's prayer. O Lord, while I'm on my beat, may I know that you're with me and protect me as I go to guard others' lives and property. Help me ignore those who scorn and show me no respect, but be mindful of all citizens I've sworn to protect. Be with my fellow officers and guard their safety too. May I always put duty first in the work that I must do. May I not disgrace the uniform, but bring pride to the badge I wear. That I be a good policeman, Lord, would be my only prayer. Amen.
Thank you, Andy. At this time, I'd like to ask firefighter Dan Lanio to come up for the fireman's prayer.
The fireman's prayer. When I'm called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and give the best in me to guard my every neighbor and protect his property. And if according to my fate I am to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my wife.
At this time, I'd like to ask firefighter Nick Savell to come up, and Lieutenant Paul Puglisi will be on the bell.
Morning. The men and women of today's fire service are confronted with a more dangerous work environment than ever before. We are forced to continually charge our strategies and tactics to accomplish our tasks. Our methods may change, but our goals remain the same: to save lives and protect property, sometimes at a terrible cost. This is what we do. This is our chosen profession. This is a tradition of a firefighter. The fire service of today is ever-changing. However, it is steeped in tradition 200 years old. One such tradition is the sound of a bell. In the past, as firefighters begin their tour of duty, it was the bell that signed the beginning of that day's shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which summoned these brave souls to fight fires and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow citizens. And when the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signals all to the completion of that call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, making the ultimate sacrifice, the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced a comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions as symbols which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much and who have served. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls have had for their duty, a special signal of 3 bells 3 times represents the end of our comrades' duties and that they will be returning to quarters. And so, to those who have selfishly lives for the good of their own fellow man, their task completed, their duties well done, to our comrades, their last alarm.
At this time, if I could ask for a moment of silence to remember those we lost on September 11th, 2001. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to ask Chief Pete Siebert to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and joining us today. It's really great to see friends, family, members of our city government, our mayor, city councilman, other city employees. I'm honored to be here with the rest of our fire department and the police department. We've got a lot to be thankful for today, and we thank you for all coming out today. So that's the end of our ceremony, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.